I recommend Paul to whoever wants to increase their production and patience. Thank you.
I look forward to continually working with him on cosmetic cases.
I can wholeheartedly recommend Paul Special, a marketing manager and consultant for
highly
dentists.
recommend Paul for any dentist who wants to increase.
If you're looking for new patients, if you're looking to take your practice to the next level, I think definitely sitting down with Anello Solutions and Paul and seeing what he can do for you. And I would gladly recommend him highly to any.
Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Late Night Dental Marketing Talk. I'm your host, Paul Spaziali, or Paul on Dental Town. It is 3 o'clock in the morning, and if you haven't had your coffee, go have one, but come back within a couple seconds. Because tonight we're going to be talking about how to 10%, 20%, 50%, or 100% double your production. It's the second most common question that I get with regards to marketing. How can I market my practice so that I get an increase in production? Now you can get it by just getting more patients in, and some dentists say, well, the production gets taken care of if the patients come in. That's true, but we can also market it in such a way that we can specifically get it for you to increase your production. Now I could tell you to open longer, hire more people, do emergencies on Saturday and Sunday, but that involves more work. My goal is to talk to you about marketing strategies that I've tested and proven that generate more production without you or your staff having to do extra work. Actually, sometimes even less work. Okay, so I've broken it up into 3 different categories. External marketing for boost of production, internal marketing, and of course stuff that works for both. First, external. You want to, in other words, marketing to new patients for boost in production. Now obviously what I mean by that is big cases. So more big cases that you get, the higher your production. And actually some of the bigger cases, the $25,000 full mouth restoration cases, you only need a few of those a month to really make an impact on your production for the year. However, before we talk about that, we need to talk about big case strategies. Now the point is, when you're bringing someone in for implants, braces, cosmetics, restorative case, there's a lot going on in the background. Patients, when they call you, when you can market to them, you can market to people offering these services, and they will call you. The problem is there's so much psychologically happening with them in the background, fears about the process, fears about the cost, the chances are that you're not going to get them to come in the door right off the bat. Now that's the problem. So the advertisement or the marketing that we have to do has to, first of all, generate the call. Second of all, alleviate their frustrations, their fears, the kind of questions that they'll have pertaining to the case. So the marketing that you have to do to get in these big cases means that you have to accomplish, the marketing has to accomplish all of that. Most dentists and most dental offices rely on hope and luck in order to get people to call in and to book. So if it happens randomly. Oh, we got a new implant case here and there. I want to take that out of the equation for you. I want you to have a predictable stream of big cases for all those sorts. Implants, crowns, bridges, restorative, cosmetic, and so on. The problem is the marketing has to take care of all the psychological things that the patient's going through. It has to take care of all the little nuances with regards to when they call in, by the time they book, and by the time they show up. it's a process, and especially because the case is so large and involves them in a personal way, it's not going to happen instantly. It has to happen. It can happen relatively soon, within a week or so, but they need to establish trust with you first. And in a relationship that you have with a new person, if you get them coming in cold, the problem with coming in cold is that they don't know anything about you. They don't know if you're going to treat them right. And then all that on top of those fears and insecurities that I was talking about before with regards to specific treatment. Those need to be taken care of beforehand so that when they do call you, they're ready to book and they don't care. They just want to go forward. They're aware of everything they're going to get when coming to you. So during my time working for offices, I noticed that, yes, hope and luck were obviously a strategy. Now, I had put in internet ads that generated a lot of calls per month, and most of those cases that came in were regular patients just needing a dentist. You know, it's easy for a person to say, okay, well, I'll make my decision based on which dentist to go through, one or two criteria. For big cases, though, I noticed that we were losing